Hey Discoverers, welcome back! Let's start this vlog with a pop quiz. What's the best way to discover a new city? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. For us, it was our friend Eddie, an avid traveler at the time, who taught us to start with a tour, any tour, thereby giving him access to the city's layouts. And he would later create a bucket list of places to discover. So we've since adopted his method for us. Okay, pop quiz number 2. What's the best way to discover São Paulo, Brazil? A free walking tour! Watch this vlog as we explain why, plus give you a bucket list of places to discover in the city. Let's get started! Today, we're sharing our experience from the São Paulo free walking tour downtown, which we've done twice to date. Be forewarned that these tours can change without our knowledge, so make sure to read up on any changes or updates directly on São Paulo's free walking tour website. That said, both times we did this tour, the meeting point was set at Republic Metro Station, making it easy and convenient to access. In our case, we took an Uber. But this meeting point is central and easy to get to, more precisely, by walking, metro, or bus. Republic Place is a great way to start, and our first tip is that you arrive earlier than your scheduled tour, so that you can find your group, register for the tour, and even more importantly, to roam the outdoor market, where they sell a variety of locally made products. The tour doesn't roam the market, so like us, you may regret it if you don't. Oftentimes, there are multiple tours leaving from this point, so it's best to approach a free walking tour associate and ask them about your guide for the day. Having signed up for a handful of these free walking tours, we can tell you that they're great for couples and singles. For instance, we usually manage to meet people from other countries, and have also witnessed singles connecting with other members of the group. So in addition to learning about São Paulo, you'll have a great chance of making a new connection. For your information, it's possible to bring a camera or recording device, but we recommend that you ask the tour operator their thoughts on the equipment you plan to bring ahead of time. One of the reasons we recommend doing the free walking tour is because they explain how you can take pictures safely without getting your equipment stolen. So be sure to pay attention to the tips, unlike me, who almost lost his iPhone. More on that later. This time around, we received a well-constructed city map with a variety of coupons offering discounts inside to a handful of shops and restaurants. During our 2024 tour, we were paired with Lucy, who led our group in English. We started the tour with a beautiful demonstration of architecture, just a few steps away from the Republic Metro Station. Within the first 15 minutes of the tour, we had already discovered 2 iconic buildings in the city: the Italia building and Copan. Known as Edifício Italia and completed in 1965, the building stands 165 meters tall and is one of the tallest in Brazil. It was named to honor the large Italian immigrant community in São Paulo. Pro tip, there's a rooftop terrace with a high-end restaurant offering great panoramic views of the city. Feel free to add that to your bucket list. Copan, on the other hand, was designed by Oscar Niemeyer and built in the 1950s, representing Niemeyer's avant-garde vision. I've heard that there's an entire city inside. Lucy led us to the next point, facing the Igreja da Consolação, a neo-Gothic church built in the 19th century. The stained glass windows were created by Benedito Callisto. It's said they tell biblical stories and are considered works of art. Overall, this church has been a symbol of hope and comfort, answering the prayers of many visitors. What's intriguing about the next stop is the sidewalk and how it's comprised of approximately 2 million porcelain pieces, forming the word library in various languages. This is when you know you've arrived at the Mário de Andrade Library. It's São Paulo's largest public library, and it was established in 1925. Named after Mário de Andrade, one of Brazil's most influential modernist writers. This place made my bucket list. Let me know if it makes yours too. Next on the agenda is São Paulo's Municipal Theater, a stunning opera house built in 1911. It was inspired by Paris's Palais Garnier. As you can tell from the footage, this theater is an architectural jewel, and it remains a hub for classical music, ballet, and theater performances. Someone once told us there are times during the week that it's free to visit. Double check the links in the video's description and in our blog. After a quick visit inside the theater, Lucy continued the tour, bringing us to the Viaduto do Chá, or the Tea Viaduct in English, which was inaugurated in 1892 as São Paulo's first viaduct. If you're like us and wondering where that name came from, it's because the Chá River used to flow through this area. We really enjoyed crossing the bridge, as it offered fantastic views of the Anhangabaú Valley, green space, and historic architecture. Side note, Anhangabaú comes from Tupi-Guarani language, spoken by indigenous people in Brazil. Anhanga means a spirit or demon in Tupi mythology, and Baú means river or watercourse. Pretty cool, eh? After crossing the viaduct, Lucy regrouped the troops and gave us more information about the surrounding neighborhood. She brought our attention to the St. Anthony Church, which was established in 1592, making it one of the city's oldest churches. The cool part was seeing how the urban landscape significantly evolved around the church, bringing true to São Paulo's nickname, the concrete jungle. Before stopping for a quick snack, Lucy gave us a quick history lesson about the century-old San Francisco de Assis parish, and next to it, the law school of the University of São Paulo. It's at this point in the tour that I almost lost my iPhone to a pickpocketer on a bike. Perhaps it was luck or my way of holding the phone, but I managed to hang on to it. And between you and I wasn't following the instructions given by Lucy at the beginning. So I'm grateful and consider myself lucky. Otherwise, we wouldn't have any footage to see here. You won't have time for a full meal during the free walking tour, but make sure to leave some room for a snack, because you'll visit the oldest bakery in São Paulo, which is called Padaria Santa Teresa. Okay, this is when you get a pen and paper, because in addition to the bucket list we're giving you here, you'll want to write down the coxa creme, which is a drumstick coxinha encased in a creamy dough. Not sure if you can tell from the video that I'm thoroughly enjoying this right now. You can also try the pão de queijo. If you saw some of our other vlogs in São Paulo, you'll know that that's cheese bread. Alternatively, feel free to ask your free walking tour guide about other must-try delicacies. Next on the agenda is one of my favorite architectural landmarks. I think this site for me signifies peace and vacation, because when boarding the plane in Montreal, they usually show the Sé Metropolitan Cathedral, amongst other landmarks on the TV screens. It's also São Paulo's main Catholic church. Built over 40 years, it blends neo-Gothic and Brazilian elements. The interior features native Brazilian flora and fauna in its carvings, about coffee branches and armadillos. During our first free walking tour, we had free time to visit inside. For some reason, not this time around. After the cathedral, we made our way to the Patio do Colégio, the birthplace of São Paulo, founded by Jesuits in 1554. The original structure was built as a mission to evangelize the indigenous people, and now it includes a museum and a chapel. Moreover, it's a symbolic place that bridges São Paulo's indigenous and colonial past with its modern identity. During your tour, be sure to ask the guide about the 25-meter-tall monument, featuring a granite pedestal topped with a bronze column. Hint: atop the column you'll find a bronze statue of a female figure symbolizing the city of São Paulo. A few steps from the Patio do Colégio, Lucy brought us to the Peace Monument and told us that ringing the bell would bring us good fortune. While it's not an official legend, it's a beautiful way to participate in the monument's message of peace and harmony. Whether it's luck or simply spreading positivity, Leah, myself, and a few others couldn't resist giving it a ring. One of the last stops before wrapping up the free walking tour was São Paulo's old financial district. During this part, we encountered several landmarks that highlight the city's economic history and architectural heritage. For example, Banco de São Paulo, inaugurated in 1938, served as the headquarters. Farol Santander, a skyscraper, which was completed in 1947, which you can now visit for magnificent views of the city. And Bar do Cofre, located in the basement of Farol Santander. It's the former vault of the old bank. And now a cafe, which has retained the original features of the vault. Very cool. In a separate occasion, we managed to visit. It's recommended to make a reservation, but if you're in the area, you can always ask to be put on their wait list, and if you're lucky, you'll get in. Before leaving this part of the city center, we all marveled at Edifício Martinelli, São Paulo's first skyscraper, completed in 1934. Standing at 30 stories high, it was once the tallest building in Latin America. That was apparently short-lived until the Kavanaugh building was erected in Buenos Aires, dethroning the Martinelli building. Be sure to follow at this point in the free walking tour, as your guide will further explain the building's tales of opulence and financial struggles. The tour's final stop was São Bento, where we found the monastery, the metro, and many famous restaurants and bars nearby. From here, you have so many options for your next sightseeing adventure. For instance, the famous municipal market is just a short 10-minute walk away. You can buy fresh bread and beer from the São Bento monastery, or return to Farol Santander for great views of the city. And again, sit down, have a drink and snack at the renowned bar Salve Jorge. From here, the possibilities are large. So, lucky for you for sticking around until this point, which means that you've racked up a bucket list of 20 places to discover in São Paulo. By no means is this list exhaustive, since there are so many places that we left out for various reasons. Mainly, this vlog is meant to inspire you to sign up for the free walking tour. Side note, we have created this vlog out of our own will, have not been asked to create this video by the free walking tour group, and receive no financial returns from this entity. It's simply our way to give back and add value. Hey everyone, welcome back! What did you think of today's vlog? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Today's vlog wouldn't be complete without another pop quiz. So why is the free walking tour the way to go? Number 1, you'll get to visit downtown São Paulo for free. Just be sure to bring some money for a tip though. You'll get tips on how to roam the city safely. Unlike me, pay attention so you don't lose your gear. You'll get to create a bucket list full of places to discover. Plus, you'll meet a bunch of people from around the world, and maybe even make a connection. I could go on, but isn't that enough? Alright everyone, we hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Discovering São Paulo. Stay tuned for next week's video. Until then, keep on discovering, and I'll see you in the next vlog. Bye for now.